Het gaat over Mozes die ernaar verlangt om God te kunnen zien, te kunnen ervaren. En dan schrijft hij, dan zegt hij daar in het boek Exodus: laat mij toch uw majesteit zien, zegt Mozes. En hij hoort als antwoord: ik zal in een volle luister voor je langs gaan en in jouw bijzijn de naam eer uitroepen. En dan even later horen we: en als ik dan voor je langs trek, dan zal ik je in een kloof doen schuilen en mijn hand beschermend voor je houden totdat ik voorbij ben. En als ik mijn hand weghaal, zul je mij van achteren zien. Mijn rug zul je zien. Mijn gezicht mag niemand zien. Een intrigerend verhaal dat ook voor Jozef, denk ik, in dit verhaal verweven is. Verhaal over wat zich aan ons verstaan onttrekt, de binnenzicht van een wezen, maar wat ons toch nabij kan zijn als retrospectief. Nou, ik lees dat als de spiegel in Jozefs 3 verhaal, in de performance. En ik herken er ook iets van in de gemeenschap hier in de Oude Luthersekerk. Allemaal mensen die een geschiedenis hebben voordat ze hier zijn. Soms in andere landen, in andere culturen. Waarvan ik en wij, die we hier met elkaar zijn op dit moment, eigenlijk geen weet hebben. En zelfs als het ons verteld wordt, maar moeilijk een beeld kunnen maken. Dat is moeilijk te integreren. Er blijft een vreemdheid in elke ander die hier is. Terwijl je toch met elkaar hier probeert gemeenschap te zijn, één te zijn. Een thuisgevoel te hebben. Identiteit heeft niet alleen 3 plekken. Bagdad, waar zijn wortels liggen, waar zijn grootvader de laatste rabbijn was, die in Bagdad, opperrabbijn van Bagdad, die er nog bleef toen de gemeenschap al voor het grootste gedeelte en uiteindelijk definitief vertrokken was. Jozef in Bagdad, Jozef in Jeruzalem, Jozef nu in Amsterdam. Het heeft ook naamsconsequenties. Jozef, nou, Jozef, Jozef. Alle 3 de namen verwijzen naar Jozef. En ze horen bij hem. Maar toch is elke naam daarvan apart niet dat wat Jozef is. Er is een spanning tussen. Om dat te ervaren, proberen we die 3 namen met elkaar te spreken.
Je doet het heel goed.
Ik doe het heel goed. Ik ben bij een eerdere performance op andere plekken geweest. En ik nodig u uit om dat met elkaar te doen en Jozef te noemen zoals hij heet in de 3 verschillende contexten. Jozef, Yusuf, Jozef, Jozef. Yusuf, Jozef, Jozef. Yusuf, Jozef, Jozef. Yusuf, Jozef, Jozef.
Met soort van melodie.
Yusuf, Jozef, Jozef. 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 Yusuf, Jozef, Jozef.
Gelukkig de barmhartigen, want zij zullen barmhartigheid ondervinden. Gelukkig die zuiveren, want zij zullen God zien. Gelukkig de vredestichters.
There is a story in the Old Testament talking about Moses wanting to see God in his majesty. God says, I will show you my majesty, but you are not able to really grasp what it is. So I will keep my hands before your eyes, and when I'm past you, I will take my hand off and you'll see my back. And that story, back-to-back element, is part of Joseph's story. You have it in Koran. Yeah, that's what I questioned.
I read it now.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is by accident. So exactly that story is in Quran as well.
Sorry.
So actually, my first question is, what is that you recognize in the story of Joseph, Yosef, Yusuf in this tripartite identity?
I almost have the same.
You have the same? Yeah.
I went out of Syria to Qatar and Turkey and Germany, now in the Netherlands. And I can feel the story, but he has a strong story than me, because it's from Iraq. That time it was crazy to be Jewish that time in Iraq, in Baghdad. And he had to travel from his own country, his own neighborhood to another one. And then again, when he was young, he had to travel also to find his passion and his dream. So it's hard to live life like this, moving from place to place, but maybe it made you the artist he is. I think so.
First, I would like to explain about back-to-back. So it's actually backside to backside. In the Jewish tradition, there was a question how Chava, Eva, was born out of Adam. We have many interpretations, but one of the interpretations caught my vision. One of the Midrashim, the interpretation, they spoke about the birth of Adam and Eve back to back. So there was one entity. So Adam didn't know from Eva, and Eva didn't know from Adam. They existed like this, back to back. And in the Jewish tradition, God has a good heart. After a while, he thought, oh, actually I'm not so happy that the situation is like that. Then he take a saw and he sawed them into half. So the moment he sawed them into half, they could turn and meet each other. And usually we call it gav el gav, so backside to backside. And in the tradition also, certain Jews who believe in that, the son man is looking for the son wife. So this is the son. However, at the same time, in the parallel tradition, Plato wrote this famous book, the Symposium, where in the second lecture about love, Orpheus, he explained the meaning of love, where he created in his story androgynous. So androgynous was a huge ball, 2 heads and 4 hands and 4 legs. At that time, Zeus, which was the powerful majesty, he says, look, I mean, this creature, he really worried me. I'm afraid that he will come up, he will destroy all my organization. Then, out of fear, then he take a steel thread and he cut this ball into half, like you cut a boiled egg. It's not my words, this is the word of Plato. And there where you created the back-to-back in the line, you know, how I see in the line of the Christianity, the West, and the Jewish one. And I can also add something about the problem of translation. Every book which translates the concept of face to face. In the Bible, also Luther made the same mistake. There are two different face to face in Hebrew. There is face to face and face in the face. So, panim el panim and panim be panim. The difference, what you actually now mentioned, is huge, because face to face is the relationship between Moses and God. I'm explaining what we read in the Old Testament. And this is a meeting of friendship. That's what they speak about, transformation of knowledge and information without any obstacle. So that was the relationship between God and Moses on the mountain. Each one has his own mountain. The second face-to-face was panim be panim. So this is a face in the face. And this is the way that the public, which did not climb the mountain, could relate to God via the face of Moses. So this is the important thing, but until today, nobody sees the difference, including, I think, Emmanuel Levinas, where he spoke about face-to-face, so the face of the West, of the Western power, Christianity, particularly after the Second World War. Levinas was a Jewish philosopher from Russia who wrote in French. So when he spoke about the face of the other, so the non-Christian, as the weak one. And me, the powerful, the face of the West, can hear the whisper of the weak face, and then I can help him. But, and this is the last which I will explain about back to back in Hebrew, and he also did not explain it. Why? I'm amazed. Huh? Acher, the other, in Hebrew it means the other. Responsibility is the same verb. Achrayut. So the moment I see the other, I feel responsible for him. I do not agree with him, but this is what he explained.
If you have a story in Syria, it's for back-to-back. It's a figure of speech for the higher level of trust. If you say to anybody, let's go back-to-back, that means I trust you.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah?
Higher level, yeah. It's more fight, anything. Let's go back-to-back. Yeah.
And that means what? I mean,
the higher level
you
trust.
really do back-to-back?
No, it's a figure of speech. So,
But is it an old figure? Because it could be a military figure that you walk back to back in order to guard the situation.
It's not just military. It's public. But any guy, maybe children can say it to each other.
Oh, beautiful.
We gaan het niet lang maken, hebben we beloofd. Nog één vraag. Als je deze hele problematiek, of de hele vraag van die drie plekken, drie culturen, even naar religieuze sfeer haalt. Hoe zien jullie de... Oh, sorry. If you carry this image of the three places, three cultures, three identities, to a religious perspective, how do you see the relation of culture and religion, or faith, or whatever, spirituality, when it comes to the question of being strange, being not known to the other, in this specific context? I mean, how do you put this strangeness into the relationship of religions with each other? I mean, we were back to back with each other, not knowing, listening to each other's stories, and that was strange, yes, because we heard one ear was Hebrew, one ear was Arabic. I spoke Dutch, but I could have taken any other language. And three traditions talking actually without really hearing, but knowing of each other's presence. If you take this image into relationship and ask the question, how can we change this into a positive element. Any suggestion?
Well, maybe we have to walk back to back from now on. It would be difficult.
Listen long enough.
Yeah.
Maybe the religions, the wars between religions throughout the history made us like this today, that we can travel, know each other more. The bad side of the religion make this the good side of the new culture, the globalization of today, I think so.
Well, I have to admit, before I dared to enter this performance with both of you, this was only possible because I in fact trust you. We met today for the first time, but
back to back, yeah.
Back to back, it feels not really pleasant.
By the way, back to back, as a Syrian figure of speech, is good for the religions.
Okay.
Religion, yeah. Let's be back to back with
Good.
the three religions.